introduce yourself?
Yes. So my name is Pushpak Saroop and I'm from Kathua. I've done my schooling from Army Public School, Jammu, and a lot of other schools due to the army background of my father. For the same reason, I've studied for 3 years in KV Kathmandu, Nepal. I've done my graduation from Ramjas College, University of Delhi, and then I've pursued Masters in Political Science from University of Jammu. Right now, I'm working in J&K Bank as a banking associate, and I've held several positions of leadership till now. I've been the class monitor, I've been the class representative during my graduation and post-graduation. I've been the vice sports captain during my class 11th, and I've been the head boy of the school as well. And some of my strengths that have been inculcated due to the virtue of holding these responsibilities are good organization skills. I'm a good team player. I can manage stress pretty well. And my hobbies include playing basketball. I've represented Jammu and Kashmir in the senior nationals in 2019. I've played for the university and college level as well. I do bodyweight training, that is calisthenics, and I also like editing videos.
How come this knowledge will help you in the administration?
So,
but the experiences you are speaking so far, being a loss manager and all.
So civil services is a very diverse field. We face several type of situations every day. So the virtues that I've developed till now, such as leadership, team player, and good organization skills, will help me in identifying some obstacles, improbable outcomes that I can measure the pros and cons of, and will ultimately lead to a better decision making.
What should be the bureaucratic traits?
So first of all, a person should be objective in his approach. That means the person should be neutral. He cannot take a side heavily. He has to measure the pros and cons of every situation. And a person should also be integral. Integrity is an important part. You cannot throw away your values just like that, just to cater to a particular situation. Another thing, a person has to be accountable as well. Because without accountability, a post like a civil administrator is a very dangerous post. He can use his power to do anything and everything under the surface.
Tell me the Weberian traits of bureaucracy. Max Weber.
Max
Have you heard his
Weber.
name?
Yes, I have heard his name.
So tell me his traits. What exactly he classified which should be the character that you must possess.
So I'm not aware about
Who is known as the father of Indian administration?
I'm sorry, sir.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
I'll keep that in check, sir.
What do you understand by this judicial activism? And how judicial activism can be distinguished from judicial adventurism?
So a nation like India has particular organs for doing their respective jobs, such as judiciary, legislature, executive. But every now and then we see instances of judiciary playing an active role in order to cater to the justice and the needs of the society. For example, there were several cases of women harassment in the period 2013s when the Supreme Court issued Vishakha guidelines, and they ordered the central government.
Vishakha guidelines in the year of
2013.
In the respect of which state?
So I'm not aware about the state exactly. So we have seen instances just like that where judiciary plays an important proactive role, I would say, in deciding the rules and regulations that are the immediate need for the society. But judicial activism can sometimes lead to judicial overreach. Overreach in a way that it intrudes in a normal functioning of legislature.
Can you tell me one example of judicial overreach?
So there was this guideline from Supreme Court stating that you cannot open wine shops around a radius of 500 meters from national highways. But that had very other implications as well. It led to various unemployment, and it led to protests from the residents of village areas nearby.
So can you justify the opening of wine shops in such a civilized society like India?
So wine shops are mainly for the revenue of the states, but I would not justify, because we as a nation need to utilize our demographic dividend in a very positive way. And substances such as liquor and drugs will lead to a low productivity among the youth.
Can we say that you have a clear separation of power between different units?
So in India, we don't have a rigid separation of power. We also have this doctrine of checks and balances. So we cannot follow a rigid separation.
Who is known as the father of separation?
So I'm afraid I'm not able to recall that. Montesquieu, yes.
Yes, please.
What is our roadmap for development of the economy? Economic roadmap.
Yes, sir. So for the development of our economy, we have this goal of 5 trillion economy by 2024. For that, we have multiple various levels of priorities. For the ground reality, we have this poverty elevation schemes that will eventually lead to better spending habit of the people, and that will increase the amount of spending and money multiplier effect in the economy. For others, we have situations such as NPAs that are impacting our banking habits. We also have to cater to that problem, and we have to develop a better debt restructuring formulas and policies so that micro and small medium enterprises can develop successfully in our nation.
So the GST, it has ruined small and medium industrial setup. How do you justify that the economy is developing?
So after the introduction,
How many people have been benefited by this economic policy?
So after,
And percentage of unemployment in the state vis-a-vis national level?
So after the introduction of GST, we saw some difficulties that the micro and small medium enterprises faced. But in any transitional change, there are some difficulties that we have to face in order to develop ourselves. Such difficulties are also faced, but with time and patience of our society and the government policies, they have overcome that.
No, what is the normal course or period of this transitional stage?
So I would say it's almost 3 to 4 years, sir, and it has been.
You are satisfied that our GST, it is really boosting our economy?
So as of now, we were also struck by a COVID-19 pandemic that will lead to the expansion of this transitional phase.
When is Jammu University established?
So it was established in, so I'm not able to recall the year as of now.
What is its rating at present?
Rating. So as far as I'm aware, it was the first university in India that got the certification from ISO 9001, and I'm not aware about the rating.
You are a student of political science.
Yes, sir.
Throw some light on caste-based politics in India and its impact.
So when our constitutional makers were deliberating upon this issue, that whether we should opt for caste-based reservation or not, there were multiple perspectives. Some of them felt that due to the historical deprivation, we need positive affirmation policies so that the downtrodden and the underprivileged section of the society can cope up, so that we can give them equity in our society. But there were some other perspectives as well. They felt that discriminating among the citizens based on the historical injustice done to them is not fair to the present generations. And right now we can observe that caste-based policies were introduced for a different reason, but they're now being exploited for another reason, that is electoral benefits. So that is really harmful for our society, but I feel that we need affirmative policies so that we can bring those underprivileged sections in parity with the privileged sections of our
What is the
nation.
constitutional position in that?
So there have been several Supreme Court judgments regarding the cases. One such case that I can remember is M. Nagaraj case, 2006, that justified the Indira Sani case as well.
What is India's South-South cooperation?
So, I beg your pardon, sir.
What is India's South-South cooperation?
South-South cooperation. All right. So, as you know that India has recently undertook the presidency of G20. So, and the G20 Troika, that consists of Indonesia, India and Brazil, is a resemblance of South-South cooperation. South-South cooperation in simpler terms is a coalition of developing nations in the world that have come together to portray their demands in a better way in international arena.
What is look west policy?
Look West policy. Yes. So India is now focusing on Central Asia region so that it can cater to its energy needs that will be increasing exponentially in the coming times due to the energy demands of our economy. So now it has started focusing more on the Western nations because earlier we focused only on the energy aspect of the relations, but now we're trying to inculcate a soft power approach and we've increased our cultural exchange
What is
programs.
red dropping process?
Yes.
Red dropping process.
Sir, I'm not aware about that. Sir.
What is the difference between equity and equality?
So when we talk about equity and equality, in equality we can say that can I explain it using an example? So if I want to provide equality to two persons, so I'll give them 100 rupees each. But when I talk about equity, that whether they are on an equitable stance or not, I'll have to check the balance of each person separately. One person might have 90 rupees in his pocket, the other person might have 10 rupees in his pocket.
What is badla trade?
Badla, yes. So in economy, unofficial sources of trade are relevant.
What is curve deal?
Sir?
Curve deal. C-U-R-V curve.
I'm sorry, sir.
What is jobber ring?
I'm not.
Who is Chief Minister of Jammu Kashmir?
So right now we don't have a chief minister, sir.
No? Chief Minister of Himachal.
Chief Minister of Himachal.
Hmm.
I'm not able to recall that.
Chief Minister of Manipur.
I'm not able to.
What is the composition of MPC, Monetary Policy Committee?
Sir,
And
it
what is the
has,
basic function of it?
so Monetary Policy Committee has 6 members. 3 members are from RBI and 3 members are from the government side.
Who is Chief Minister of Gujarat?
So the Gujarat elections are happening right now, and I'm not aware about the name of the.
Who is Prime Minister of Bhutan?
I'm sorry, sir. I
Prime
won't be
Minister
able
of
to tell you that.
Nepal.
Mr.
Prime
Deoba.
Minister of Pakistan.
I'm not able to
Prime
recall
Minister of
that.
Bangladesh.
It is a neighboring country.
Okay,
should
thank
know.
you.
No.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Thank you.